Yeah, well, one player can really ignite a fire in the ACC on any given night. We know every team can beat anybody. I don't know why anyone expected us to win. I mean, we're unproven, and we had an attitude of that we weren't the hungrier team, and that really disappoints me. I'll be curious to see how we respond to this, because there was a moment in the game where one player, Amber Campbell, just was igniting a fire on her team, and they just fed off of it, and her energy and her rebounding and her steals and her assists. I mean, she was just killing us, and we didn't do one thing to stop it. We didn't do one adjustment, just a lot of yeahs, but the messages weren't getting through and the instruction wasn't getting through, and that's as bad as we've been all year in terms of coach and team communication. I don't know where this team will go from here, but I challenged ourselves in the locker room about, you go home from a game like this and there's two different lists. You'll make a list of how unfair everything is and why you don't get enough minutes and why so-and-so didn't pass you the ball and why this play was called and all that. But champions make another list, and they say, well, geez, if I had more than 2 turnovers, I need to work on my game. And it's a growth list. And we got to get there as a team. We've overachieved to some extent, had a little success. I think we got a little bit complacent, and that's just not who we are. We don't have the talent and experience to ever not outplay the other team. So, that's all I'm going to ask from the team is I don't care. The shots don't fall, but we got outplayed and outworked, and that's unacceptable. But credit to Wake Forest, because they killed themselves in this game. They really did, and I'm not taking anything away from them.
Questions?
Mace, Katie kind of hit on it there a little bit. You guys beat Duke, played well, extremely well against Notre Dame. Was there maybe a little bit too much complacency, a little bit of overconfidence today going into this one?
Yeah, maybe a little bit. It was underlying though.
Mm-hmm.
After we come back, we came back late at night. The next day, everyone's still okay, we're just gonna take it easy. We just have time, but we don't. We don't have time. It's a quick turnaround, and I think this was the first time that we actually played well and then had to come back from that. And everyone was a little bit well, if we just a little bit do what we did in Notre Dame, then we'll be fine and we'll beat them. And it's the ACC, that's not gonna happen.
Coach alluded to after the game, a lack of toughness. Do you think it's that combined with schematic X's and O's, or do you think it's more mental? How do you guys approach that as a team in the next practice going into Tallahassee?
Me? Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
I think it's all toughness. That's where it starts, that's where it ends. X and O's, you can mess up an X and O, but if you fight your hardest and you come back into the play, you'll get an offensive rebound. Their point guard had 7 offensive rebounds. That's just lack of effort. And that's a mentality, over my dead body, she's not getting another rebound. That kind of stuff that we lack, because we're all okay, that's okay. 1 is fine, 2 is fine, and in the end, that's the game. That's what it's all about.
Katie, I know obviously the freshmen have experienced plenty.
Mm-hmm.
They're not. It's not the first week of the season anymore. But do they maybe need something like this too to show them just what the ACC can be about?
Well, yeah, just the looseness with the ball. I mean, and in the beginning of the season, it was okay, they're unfamiliar and whatever. But in this particular game, it was straight up too loose with the ball. Too loose with the ball. And the dribbles are too soft. The eyes aren't up. And, people aren't going to back away. They're not going to feel sorry for them. So Wake did a really nice job of sort of taking me out of the game by trying to play a top-heavy zone. So when we were able to get to the quarter court, I think we executed some really nice stuff and got Mace buckets and got what we wanted. But they did a nice job of separating us. And, we've seen that a lot this year, and there's no excuse, because that wasn't the first time someone's tried to do that to us. They were successful early. I thought we've improved a ton in that area, but today we went backwards.